We need to go back and listen to the song Bag Lady by Erykah Badu, and we really need to interpret it and apply it to our lives. That's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to break that down maybe in 3 ways, maybe in 1 way. I don't know. I'm going to try to keep this under 5 minutes. I'm a licensed and clinical mental health counselor. I'm probably not your licensed and clinical mental health counselor. So this is not clinical advice. This is me, a brother who's got some insight and some background, combining it with my own education and my own experiences to give you a synthesis. It means I'm taking all those data points, some of which are anecdotal, and I'm bringing them to what I see as a logical conclusion. And I think it's something that can help a lot of us, including myself, especially members of the band, Black and Neurodivergent. And I'm also include brown and neurodivergent in there too, but it applies to everybody. Okay, the other thing is I ramble, I stutter, perfectionism is crushing us. I don't edit my videos, y'all. I'm not saying that's a challenge, I just don't, because perfectionism is one of the hardest things for me to get over in my life. And I got some big goals. I'm doing some big things. I'm at the cusp of really becoming who I am. So let me continue to tell you more about this whole idea of mine that we need to go back and listen to and study and interpret Erykah Badu, Bag Lady. I love Erykah Badu. I've never met her. Jill Scott, I know Jill Scott said some things recently, but her, Jill Scott, and like Viola Davis, oh my God. Man, y'all, damn, I love Black women. Okay, so Bag Lady is applying directly to all of us. What Erykah Badu is talking about is this baggage, this emotional baggage that we keep around. The Gucci bag lady, maybe you're addicted to shopping. The nickel bag lady, maybe you're addicted to some substances, right? Got some substance bags. The paper bag lady, you are fragile. Your stuff is falling out all over the place, right? And it keeps going. The booty bag lady, you got an issue with sex. You just can't keep it controlled, right? And look, I'm all about sexual liberation. I'm all about sexual exploration when it's consensual and healthy. I don't slut shame. I'm not doing that. People can have some serious issues with sex as well, right? So there's all these different bags that she is talking about. All of these different bags. I think one of them was the plastic bag or the cheap bag lady, and it's like you got a poverty mentality, a scarcity mindset, because probably you grew up with lack, right? So there's a lot of issues here. And by the way, Bag Lady, she made that song for the sisters, but brothers, I need us to listen to that and get a lot out of it. If we cannot assess ourselves and look at ourselves wholly and say, I am a beautifully imperfect person, and that imperfections, a lot of it is what makes me beautiful, right? Our speech imperfections can make us beautiful. Our messed up hairlines sometimes can look all right, right? Our snaggle teeth that we got sometimes is something that adds a little bit of character, right? Imperfections are beautiful. Imperfections can also be incredibly challenging in our relationships. And as folks who experience a lot of marginalization, we have a lot of bags. We will guilt shame ourselves over these bags. But the reality is, we didn't create these bags for ourselves, typically. A lot of times, the oppressive systems that we have been in, which includes our family systems, and often the relationships that we choose, help to reinforce those bags. It compounds the weight of those bags over our lives. Now, here's the other thing. As neurodivergent folks, especially autistic folks, ADHD folks, we are consistently on this path of trying to decode what's around us. And we understand that we don't get all of the picture, right? And so we speak very matter-of-factly because we have to figure out these things. And we tend, as neurodivergent folks, we tend to accept our baggage more than other folks do, right? And I'm gonna say, even though like narcissism and sociopathy are part of neurodivergence, honestly, those folks tend to have a really hard time, but they can also accept it eventually as well. So when we accept our bags, we are able to work through them and embrace them and understand their role in our lives. This is maybe a little TMI, and I'm gonna share some personal stuff for me, but one of my bags growing up was I was afraid I was gonna get in a relationship with someone who was like my mom. And I love my mom, and she's got some issues, but what I didn't realize is that I had some mother wounds that I didn't address. So often what ended up happening is I got into a relationship with someone who was just like my dad. My dad is also a very imperfect person, and I have some very, very, very deep father wounds, right? And so what I was doing was putting one personality type, one parent's personality type over another one because that one felt more stable, but I wasn't taking inventory of my bags and understanding why that one felt stable. Had a low opinion of myself. And when I had a low opinion of myself, I'm trying to find folks. There is stuff flying on me and I'm freaking out. I had a low opinion of myself, so I had to find people who I thought were better, people who had it more together. And often that came with a lot of additional weight on me, a lot of criticism on me, right? I'm not perfect. I'm bringing my bags into that relationship. But what happens is we have to decide for ourselves, who are we? What are our bags? How are they playing into this relationship? I can only take ownership over my bags. That other person's bags, those are not my bags. And I will love that person and I will embrace that person. But if that person's bags are smacking me in the damn face all the time, come on, y'all, we can't do that, right? So it's also, how do we break from those things with love? How do we break from those things with empathy? That's the challenge, but it starts with embracing our own bags. Keep walking.